All right, welcome everyone. Join here with manager Bud Black. We'll go ahead and lead off with Danielle. Go ahead, Danielle.
Yeah, hi, buddy. What happened to Jon Gray there?
Danielle, John's forearm started to tighten up the top of his forearm, the lateral side. So we were precautionary and took him out of the game.
Is it similar to what he injured earlier this season?
No.
And then with Daniel Bard, I mean, I know there were a lot of close calls tonight, but what did you see from him there in the eights?
Good stuff. You're right on with, a lot of closes, a lot of pitches that were close. A lot of pitches on the edges. It looked like I got to review the video, but Muncy looked like a really good pitch to Muncy off the end of the bat. Just blooped it in. That's baseball. But the walks came back to haunt him for sure. Betts and Turner both. Daniel was trying to keep the ball down, trying to produce a ground ball, and missed. That's in that part of the game against this lineup. And they'll force you to throw strikes. They really will. They'll grind you out. But Daniel, tonight, delivery looked good. Everything looked good. Just couldn't get the ball in the strike zone. And then the pitch to Will Smith was a little bit up, fastball. Again, trying to get a grounder. Looked a little bit elevated. He put a good level swing on it. Hit a line drive.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We'll go to Patrick Saunders next. Go ahead, Patrick.
Okay. Getting back to Daniel for a moment, and I'm certainly no pitching expert, but he has such movement on his fastball sometimes.
Right.
Is that kind of what you guys are trying to harness right now, is to get that where that pitch is not dipping out of the strike zone toward the end of the pitch?
That's always the challenge, Patrick, with guys with great movement is, controlling and commanding the movement. I mean, that's a skill. At the high end, right, you have Hall of Famer Greg Maddux, who had great movement on the ball and was able to locate it to the edges in the strike zone and move it a little bit off. A lot of pitchers with movement, it is truly I wouldn't say catch-22 because you want the movement because it's hard to hit movement. But if you don't command it, it'll lead you out of the strike zone. So, that's something that we've talked to Daniel about. And that's some mechanics, that's delivery, that's consistency of release point. To be able to get your release point consistent to get the ball in the strike zone. Today I think, again, I can't speak for him, but watching him pitch, and I've watched a lot of pitchers pitch, he was truly trying to keep the ball down to get a ground ball. He's got good movement when it's down or, even arm side up, and he's able to produce a grounder, with the hard two-seam fastball and even the breaking ball. He threw some, from my vantage point, some good pitches that look close. But didn't get the call. But then again, that's baseball. If you don't get it, then you got to move it a little closer into the strike zone. So, he's not going to complain. No excuses. He walked two guys to load the bases, and then gave up a base hit single on a pitch that was up.
Okay, two positive questions or observations from me, buddy. One, Yancy Almonte, 4 Ks in his 2 scoreless innings. He looked very sharp tonight. I'm wondering if you thought the same thing.
After the first 2 hitters, I thought he picked up the pace a little bit and made pitches. Obviously didn't like the leadoff walk, and then he caught a break on the bullet line drive to Crone for a double play, right? But then again, that's baseball too. You don't walk the leadoff hitter on 4 straight pitches, and he caught a break on a bullet line drive that doubled off Turner. And then from there, it looked like he settled in and made some pitches. But I like the fastball velocity, 94, 95. They had some bad swings on his breaking ball, which is a good sign. So, he bounced back after the leadoff walk, caught a break with the line drive double play, and then got 4 outs, I thought, on some pretty good pitching.
And the other thing was, we talking about Diaz all season. When he picked off Trey Turner at first on the snap throw, that's just another feather in his cap, so to speak, his growth, right, this year?
Agree. Good in-game awareness. He and CJ both on the same page as far as the possibility of the pick. Tried it the one time, and then, Turner, aggressive base runner, as we know, got the very big secondary, and another back pick got him. But he can throw, and even the stolen base that Turner, stole third. That was a good throw to Mac. I mean, he just, Turner got such a big jump that, Elias made it look closer than it should have been, but he can throw. He really does. He's not afraid to throw. He's got strength to the throw. He's got accuracy. He's, I don't want to say turning into, because I think it's always there, but it's starting to show on a regular basis, his defensive work behind the plate.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
We'll go to Kevin Henry next. Go ahead, Kev.
Buddy, one follow-up on Jon. Is that something that came upon very suddenly, or was he battling it early on in the start as
It's
well?
a good question. I talked to Jon briefly in between innings, and he threw a very powerful side session a couple days ago. Didn't feel anything, but yet he also said he'd sort of felt a little soreness in the top of the forearm. So, I got to speak with Jon a little bit. A lot of pitchers, a lot of times, Kevin, are a little ambiguous and what they tell me. So, but Fosty said he warmed up great. For me, it might have had a little something to do with the long first inning, the 32 pitch inning.
Mm-hmm.
That to me, might be an indicator of what happened.
And it looked like on TV that Chi was warming up to come in for Jon, and then Tyler came in. Was that a situation with traffic on, or?
Yeah, that was traffic. I thought, the best case scenario there was to bring Tyler in with guys on first and third. I think the potential for a strikeout is there. Nothing against Chi, but Chi's more of a contact type pitcher. I thought Tyler might have a chance to, limit the damage. So that's where I went there. At that point, the game was, 2-1 us. And I just felt as though that if he could get through the third, he could pitch the fourth based on where we were in the lineup. And,